Ever wondered what it feels like to step into the shoes of a top-secret spy? Facing missions so dangerous they seem impossible? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the top 10 impossible spy missions that shocked the world. From high-stakes chases to mind-blowing twists, these agents risk everything while keeping their cool. Stick around, because some of these moments will leave you on the edge of your seat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you love heart-pounding action. Let's jump right in. 1. Mission Impossible. Rogue Nation, 2015. Imagine a world where the very people sworn to protect you might be your deadliest enemies. Ethan Hunt is back, and this time, the stakes are higher than ever. From the first moment, you're thrown into a whirlwind of nerve-wracking tension, a chase across rooftops, a breathless fight in a hallway, and a dive into a world where betrayal lurks behind every corner. It's not just a mission, it's a test of wits, courage, and sheer willpower. You'll feel your heart racing as Hunt faces the Syndicate, a shadowy organization so dangerous it seems untouchable, but Ethan, he's unstoppable. Every scene feels like it could explode off the screen. The audacity of the stunts, the plane sequence that had everyone holding their breath, the underwater escape that kept audiences gasping, makes you question reality. You can't help but lean forward, almost as if you're right there, holding your breath alongside him. And let's be honest, who doesn't secretly wish they had that kind of nerve and skill? But here's the thing, it's not just about the action. Behind every leap, every barely escaped death, there's the humanity of these characters. You feel the tension between trust and suspicion, the personal stakes hidden beneath the adrenaline-pumping sequences. You start thinking, what would I do if I were in Hunt's shoes? That's the hook. This movie pulls you in, makes you part of the game, makes you care. So, if you love heart-stopping thrills, mind-bending twists, and a hero who never quits, Mission Impossible. Rogue Nation isn't just a movie, it's an experience. It's that one ride that leaves you breathless but craving more. And hey, if you're enjoying this journey with us, make sure to smash that like button, share this adventure with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Trust me, you won't want to blink. Each moment is a masterclass in tension, strategy, and cinematic daredevilry. 2. Mission Impossible. Ghost Protocol, 2011. Imagine waking up to discover that your entire organization has been disavowed. Your team scattered, and the world's most dangerous threat is ticking closer to disaster. That's exactly the situation Ethan Hunt faces in Ghost Protocol. From the very first scene, you're catapulted into a relentless storm of tension, audacious stunts, and edge-of-your-seat suspense. Picture Ethan dangling off the tallest building in the world, orchestrating impossible heists, and trusting only his instincts, because failure isn't an option, and every second counts. What makes this film unforgettable isn't just the jaw-dropping action, though the Burj Khalifa sequence alone is enough to make your heart pound. It's the way the story pulls you inside the chaos. You're not just a spectator, you're part of the team, holding your breath with every near miss, questioning every move, and wondering how anyone could survive such impossible odds. You start thinking, could I do that? Could I stay calm under that pressure? That's the hook. The film challenges your imagination while thrilling your senses. The genius of Ghost Protocol is in balancing high-stakes action with character-driven moments. Ethan's leadership, the trust he places in his team, the clever improvisation in the face of disaster, it all makes you care about what happens next. And let's be honest, there's a thrill in watching someone outsmart death, defy gravity, and somehow pull victory from the jaws of disaster. It's exhilarating, inspiring, and a little terrifying all at once. If you're a fan of spy adventures that test limits and redefine impossible, this installment of Mission Impossible is a masterclass. And here's the thing, watching it is better shared. So while you're catching your breath from those dizzying stunts, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow thrill seekers, and subscribe for the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Trust me, the journey isn't over yet. Each mission that follows is more daring, more shocking, and more impossible than the last. So keep watching, you won't want to miss a single heartbeat. 3. The Bourne Identity, 2002. Imagine waking up in the middle of the ocean. Bruised, confused, and with no memory of who you are, but discovering you have skills that could kill or save you in an instant. That's Jason Bourne's reality in the Bourne Identity. From the very first moment, you're pulled into a relentless whirlwind of tension, mystery, and heart-stopping action. Every chase, every narrow escape, every secret uncovered feels personal, because you're experiencing it through Bourne's eyes. The hook? You never know who to trust. Not even yourself. What makes this film unforgettable isn't just the masterfully choreographed fight scenes or the dizzying car chases across crowded streets. It's the human element hidden beneath the spy thriller. Bourne isn't a superhero. He's a man grappling with fragments of his identity while navigating a deadly world that wants him erased. You feel his fear, his confusion, and his determination to survive. And as he pieces together his past, you're right there with him, heart pounding, mind racing, and wondering, how far would you go if you didn't even know who you were? Every encounter in the Bourne Identity is loaded with tension. A simple conversation could lead to betrayal. A brief moment of calm could explode into violence. And yet, through all the chaos, Bourne's intelligence, resourcefulness, and relentless drive make you cheer for him, even when the odds seem insurmountable. This is a spy story that's as much about the mind as it is about the body, a reminder that the most thrilling missions are the ones that challenge not only strength, but identity and morality. So, if you love spy adventures that push boundaries and redefine impossible, The Bourne Identity is a must-watch. It's the kind of story that keeps you gripping your seat and questioning every shadow. And while you're getting lost in the adrenaline and suspense, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Each film we reveal will test your nerves, ignite your imagination, and leave you craving the next daring adventure. Stick around, you won't want to blink, because every moment counts. 4. The Bourne Supremacy, 2004. Imagine thinking you've escaped your past, only to discover it's hunting you with a vengeance. That's the brutal reality Jason Bourne faces in The Bourne Supremacy. From the first heartbeat of the film, you're dragged into a high-stakes world where every shadow hides a threat. Every ally could betray you, and every choice could be fatal. The hook? Bourne isn't just running from enemies, he's running from a life he never asked for. A past stitched with secrets, lies, and deadly missions. What makes this chapter of Bourne's story electrifying is the tension that never lets up. Car chases blur through rain-soaked streets, rooftop escapes defy gravity, and hand-to-hand combat leaves you gripping the edge of your seat. You feel the pulse of the city, the urgency of every step, and the pressure of enemies who are always one move ahead. Yet it's not just about the action, it's the mind games, the strategy, and the fear of betrayal that keeps you riveted. You start asking yourself, if my life were stolen and manipulated like this, how far would I go to reclaim it? In The Bourne Supremacy, the stakes are deeply personal. Bourne is forced to confront the consequences of his own past, facing foes who know his every move and use it against him. But through every ambush, chase, and near-death encounter, he remains a force of intelligence, instinct, and sheer determination. You can't help but root for him, your heart racing with every escape, every revelation, and every cunning maneuver that turns the tables. This is a story that grabs hold of you, drags you through a labyrinth of tension, and doesn't let go. If you love spy thrillers that test the limits of human endurance, intelligence, and courage, The Bourne Supremacy is an essential watch. And hey, while you're riding this roller coaster of suspense and strategy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can follow the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Each mission ahead is more daring, more shocking, and more impossible than the last. Stay with us. You won't want to miss a single heartbeat. 5. Jack Ryan. Shadow Recruit, 2014. Imagine stepping into a world where every financial transaction could trigger global chaos and one misstep could ignite a catastrophe. That's the life thrust upon Jack Ryan in Shadow Recruit. From the very first frame, you're pulled into a storm of tension, espionage, and high-stakes intelligence. The hook? Jack isn't a seasoned spy. He's an analyst thrown into a lethal game where brains must equal brawn, and intuition is as vital as firepower. You feel every pulse, Every calculated move, every second of uncertainty. What sets this spy thriller apart is how it blends cerebral strategy with explosive action. Jack must decipher cryptic financial schemes while dodging assassins, navigating hidden threats, and unraveling a conspiracy that spans the globe. You'll feel the tension in your chest as he deciphers clues under pressure, while his every step is shadowed by danger. The brilliance of this story lies not only in the high-stakes missions but in how it makes you question what you would do if you were thrust into a world where the fate of millions rested on your decisions. Every encounter, every twist, keeps your heart racing. A seemingly simple meeting can explode into a fight for survival. An ordinary flight becomes a calculated risk where one wrong move spells disaster. And yet, through every danger, Jack's ingenuity and courage shine. You can't help but root for him, mentally racing alongside him as he turns near defeat into triumph with sheer resourcefulness and determination. Shadow Recruit isn't just a spy thriller, it's a journey into the mind of someone discovering their own strength under impossible circumstances. As you watch, you're drawn into Jack's world, holding your breath during every chase, every tense conversation, every sudden reveal. It's a story that challenges you to think, to anticipate, and to feel the weight of responsibility layered over pulse-pounding action. So, if you're captivated by impossible missions, razor-sharp intellect, and adrenaline-fueled suspense, Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit is a must-watch. And while you're captivated by Jack's journey, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe so you can keep up with the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Trust me, the adventure only escalates from here, and you won't want to miss a single thrilling heartbeat. 6. Mission Impossible, 1996. Imagine being thrown into a mission so dangerous that every move you make could be your last. That's exactly the reality Ethan Hunt faces in the very first Mission Impossible film. From the opening scene, you're swept into a world of betrayal, deception, and high-stakes espionage, where nothing is as it seems. The hook? Ethan must navigate a labyrinth of lies to uncover who betrayed him, all while keeping his team alive and completing a mission that seems utterly impossible. You can feel your pulse racing alongside his with every twist and turn. What makes this movie legendary isn't just the breathtaking stunts, though the vault heist sequence alone has become iconic. It's the tension, the clever strategies, and the intricate web of trust and mistrust that keeps you glued to the screen. Each plan Ethan devises is fraught with risk. Every decision could mean life or death. You start asking yourself, if I were in his shoes, could I think fast enough to survive? Could I trust anyone in a world where betrayal lurks at every corner? The genius of Mission Impossible lies in how it balances heart-pounding action with character-driven suspense. Ethan's intelligence, resourcefulness, and unwavering determination make him someone you can't help but root for. Even as the walls seem to close in, and the stakes climb higher with every second, you're cheering, fearing, and gasping alongside him. The film doesn't just show a mission, it makes you live it. Feel the adrenaline, and experience the uncertainty of every move. Beyond the action, this story draws you in with its psychological tension. Ethan's journey is not just about catching the traitor, it's about resilience, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit of justice under impossible odds. It's a masterclass in suspense, strategy, and cinematic thrill, where even the smallest detail can alter the outcome of the mission. If you love spy adventures that are daring, suspenseful, and ingeniously crafted, Mission Impossible, 1996, is a must-watch. And while you're holding your breath through Ethan Hunt's impossible maneuvers, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can experience the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Each one will push the limits of bravery, cunning, and sheer nerve, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single heartbeat of these jaw-dropping adventures. 7. The November Man, 2014. Imagine being pulled out of retirement, knowing that the world you once protected has become far more dangerous than you ever realized. That's the life Peter Devereaux faces in The November Man. From the very first moment, you're thrust into a tense, high-stakes world of espionage, double crosses, and deadly secrets. The hook? Devereaux isn't just chasing villains, he's confronting betrayals, hidden agendas, and a conspiracy that stretches to the highest levels. You can feel the adrenaline as each move becomes a question of survival. What makes this spy thriller unforgettable is the way it blends cerebral strategy with relentless action. Devereaux must navigate a labyrinth of deception, protect a key witness, and outsmart opponents who are always one step ahead. You can almost feel the pressure, the constant danger looming around every corner. Every encounter is charged with suspense. What seems like a simple meeting can explode into a deadly confrontation. You start asking yourself, how would I react if my every decision could trigger disaster or save lives? The brilliance of The November Man lies not just in its jaw-dropping action, but in the depth of its characters. Devereaux's experience, intelligence, and moral complexity make him compelling. You don't just watch him, you ride alongside him through every high-speed chase, every hand-to-hand combat scene, and every tense negotiation. The story constantly challenges you to anticipate twists, keeping your heart racing and your mind engaged. What really hooks viewers is the combination of stakes and personal conflict. Devereaux's mission isn't only about completing objectives, it's about loyalty, trust, and navigating a world where nothing is what it seems. The film makes you feel the weight of responsibility and the tension of knowing one wrong move can have irreversible consequences. It's a roller coaster of emotion, strategy, and sheer nerve. So, if you're captivated by impossible missions, cunning strategy, and suspense that keeps you guessing, The November Man is a must-watch. And while you're holding your breath through every twist and daring escape, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow spy thriller fans, and subscribe so you can follow the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Each mission is more daring, shocking, and breathtaking than the last. You won't want to miss a single pulse-pounding moment. 8. Hanna, 2011. Imagine growing up isolated from the world, trained to be the perfect assassin, and suddenly thrown into a society that doesn't understand you. That's Hanna's reality in Hanna. From the first scene, you're drawn into her extraordinary journey, a teenage girl with deadly skills, sharp intelligence, and instincts honed to perfection. The hook? Every step Hanna takes could be her last, and every encounter is a test of survival. You feel the tension gripping your chest as she navigates a world full of enemies who underestimate her at their own peril. What makes this spy thriller extraordinary is the blend of innocence and lethality. Hanna moves through urban streets, icy landscapes, and shadowy hideouts with precision, each action a calculated response to imminent danger. You're captivated not just by her skill, but by her humanity, her curiosity, her moments of vulnerability, and the fleeting glimpses of a life she's been denied. Every fight scene, chase, or escape feels personal, making you wonder how someone so young could handle such immense pressure. The brilliance of Hanna is in how it balances suspense, action, and emotional depth. You're not just watching a series of stunts, you're experiencing the challenges of a character who has been trained for survival, yet must confront her own identity and emotions. The tension escalates with each confrontation, and you can feel her pulse racing. Your pulse racing alongside her, as she outsmarts enemies who assume they're in control. But it's not all cold strategy, there's a raw emotional core. Hanna's journey explores trust, freedom, and self-discovery, all under the shadow of relentless danger. You start asking yourself, how would I react if my entire life had been dictated by training and expectation? With danger around every corner? That's the hook. The story keeps you invested in both her survival and her humanity. If you're drawn to spy adventures that are daring, emotionally charged, and packed with edge-of-your-seat tension, Hanna is a must-watch. And while you're witnessing her extraordinary journey, don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe so you can follow the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Trust me, each mission ahead is more thrilling, shocking, and impossible than the last. You won't want to miss a single pulse-pounding moment. 9. Ronin, 1998. Imagine being part of a team of elite operatives, each with their own agenda, tasked with recovering a mysterious briefcase in a city where betrayal is around every corner. That's the gripping reality in Ronin. From the very first scene, you're thrust into a tense, unpredictable world of espionage and high-stakes danger. The hook? Every alliance is fragile, every decision could be fatal, and you're never sure who to trust. You feel the pulse of suspense as each character navigates deception, strategy, and peril, making every second feel electrifying. What makes Ronin unforgettable is the realism and intensity of its action. The car chases aren't just stunts, they're a symphony of speed, skill, and sheer nerve, keeping your heart racing as tires screech and engines roar. Each sequence feels lived in, gritty, and perilous, as if the danger could leap off the screen. But it's not only the adrenaline that captivates, it's the intricate dance of trust and betrayal. Every operative has secrets, and as the story unfolds, you begin questioning motives, alliances, and who will survive the next twist. The brilliance of Ronin lies in its layered storytelling. These are not superheroes or super spies, they're humans, flawed and cunning, surviving in a world where intelligence and instincts are as lethal as bullets. You find yourself immersed in their strategies, predicting moves, and yet being surprised again and again. There's a constant tension between cooperation and competition, and you can feel it in every negotiation, every covert maneuver, and every fleeting glance exchanged across the shadowed streets. Beyond the high-octane action, Ronin explores themes of loyalty, morality, and the cost of survival in a world driven by greed and ambition. The characters' internal conflicts add depth to the chase, making you care about outcomes beyond the explosions and gunfire. You start asking yourself, if I were in their shoes, could I navigate such a treacherous world and make the right choices under pressure? That's the hook. It's suspense that engages both mind and heart. If you crave spy thrillers where tension, strategy, and impossible missions collide, Ronin is a must-watch. And while you're following this nail-biting pursuit, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the final installment of our top 10 impossible spy missions. Each mission that follows promises even more daring, shocking, and heart-pounding moments. You won't want to miss a single second. 10. Red, 2010. Imagine a world where retired spies are considered relics of the past. Yet their skills, experience, and sheer cunning still make them a threat to those in power. That's the world of Red, where Frank Moses and his retired team of elite operatives are suddenly hunted by the very government they once served. From the first moment, you're drawn into a thrilling mix of danger, wit, and explosive action. The hook? These aren't your typical spies, they're seasoned, clever, and deadly, and every step they take could be their last. You can feel the pulse of tension and humor as they navigate a world that's trying to write them off. What sets Red apart is the perfect blend of action, strategy, and charisma. Each scene is infused with ingenuity as the team orchestrates impossible escapes, high-octane chases, and ingenious heists. You'll find yourself holding your breath during every shootout, laughing at clever quips, and marveling at how experience often trumps raw strength. The tension isn't just physical, it's mental. Each mission requires careful planning, cunning improvisation, and the constant awareness that betrayal or miscalculation could be fatal. You start imagining yourself alongside them, wondering how you'd survive in such high-stakes chaos. Beyond the stunts and gunfire, Red thrives on its characters' humanity. These are people who have sacrificed much, faced danger countless times, and still find camaraderie, humor, and resilience. Frank Moses's leadership, the team's loyalty, and their clever strategies make you root for them, feel their triumphs, and fear their setbacks. Every narrow escape is exhilarating, every clever maneuver satisfying, and every confrontation keeps your pulse racing. The brilliance of Red is in showing that experience and intellect can outshine youth and brute force. And that even in a world obsessed with the new, the old guard can still change the game. You feel the thrill, the stakes, and the cleverness of every mission, making the impossible seem possible, but never without suspense. So, if you love spy adventures that are daring, witty, and packed with tension, Red is a must-watch. And while you're enjoying every pulse-pounding moment of Frank Moses and his team, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can relive the rest of our top 10 impossible spy missions anytime. Trust me, the journey through these missions has been breathtaking, shocking, and unforgettable. You won't want to miss a single second. Wow, what a ride! From death-defying stunts to cunning espionage, These top 10 impossible spy missions have shown us what it truly means to risk everything for a mission. Which one left your heart racing the most? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this thrilling journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's plenty more adrenaline-pumping action waiting for you. Stick around, because the world of spies is far from over, and the next mission could be even more shocking.